Hey guys, welcome back. It is like 9:44 at night, Friday night, Friday the 13th, whatever. So I just finished watching on Netflix the show called The Crown that is about Queen Elizabeth II. My personal opinion about the show, it's really good. I just dislike how like the last episode is like a cliffhanger. Like they didn't give you nothing, like nothing to go with. Like it just ended so messed up. I was just like, no, like that's not it can't be the end. It's a show from Netflix, so Netflix basically did it. It's really good. I love everybody on the show. There's a lot of like jealousy. You wouldn't think that a queen would be so jealous, that other people are in the spotlight, but she really is very jealous of the fact that her sister Margaret, or Princess Margaret, is in love with a military man, and by like royalty law, you are never allowed to marry under your station. You are supposed to marry over your station, and he needs to be either like an earl or a duke or a king or someone with kind of like power. And like people in England, they wanted Margaret and the guy to be together, and she was super popular and everybody loved her because of that. Because of the love that Peter and Margaret shared. And Queen Elizabeth did not like that at all. Her mom in the show, if that's how she really acted, then she was a bitch. She was a very jealous woman. She went off to another country because she couldn't handle the fact that her daughter was a queen, and they asked her how was she feeling, and she said that with the death of King George, that is Elizabeth's father, with the death of him, and then not being able to live in Buckingham Palace, and then losing her crown, and then losing her daughters, and like all of these things, like she's so selfish. She's only thinking about herself. She's just saying her how she's feeling. And if you pay attention to Elizabeth's character, or Elizabeth at that age, she really didn't want to be a queen. Her father neither. Her father never wanted to be king. The reason why her father became king was because of his brother fell in love with a woman that was divorced 3 times. And in the church, they see that as a sin, being divorced and you being in the royal family. And his only option was to, let go of his title and not have any contact with the royal family whatsoever. And that is what he did. So next in line would have been his brother. And, Elizabeth was his heir, so she would be next. So she didn't want that. She never wanted to be queen. She wanted to be normal. She wanted to be free. What else can I say? Because it's so fresh in my mind. That's why I decided to sit down right now and record and tell you guys like my personal opinions and like little parts of the show. Her husband. I dislike her husband. Philip. He's a complete ass. He just like, in the beginning when she became queen, he wanted to be by her side, and you know, he didn't let no one talk down to her and all these other things. But then after a while, you know, she's not playing, like, that's not a game, you know, that's a role that she has to play, you know, and she has to do it very well. There cannot be no mess ups, nothing, you know. She has to ask permission to do anything. Like, if she wants to paint her wall red, she has to ask, can I paint my wall red, to her council. And if they say no, then she can't do it, even though she has power. And he didn't like that. He started being very distant from her. They had to travel like to 30 something continents, and he was very like, he was constantly rude to her, talking back to her. Like, he was just very, very rude. He just wanted so much. I think he's German, so he wanted that power, of the control. And like, he just did so many things. Like, she would give him jobs to do, you know, in her royal court, and he would refuse to. Or, you know, when they tell him you need to bow to her, you know, he was like, I'm not bowing to her, and like things like that. I just didn't really like him in general. And like the last episode, he was going to, in her behalf, he was going to open the Olympics or something like that. And she had something to do. And she was like, well, would you come back? And he just didn't answer her. He just left. And I was like, oh, hell no. But, I mean, it's very interesting. It's really good. It just doesn't talk about her. It talks about everybody else around her as well. I think there's like 10 episodes, like 10 episodes. It didn't take me that long, but I like to watch it, like in the mornings while I'm babysitting and the kids are sleeping. So it didn't take me that long. It took me like 4 or 5 days to watch. But yeah, I totally recommend that. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to do more show reviews like this. This is my first one, and I thought about doing it. I don't know, I'm excited about the show. I'm kind of like sad that it ended the way that it did end. I have some more shows that I've already watched that are kind of like the same thing, of kings and queens and things like that, that I want to bring to you guys. So you let me know in the comments, like I said, if you guys like shows reviews or book reviews and things like that. Let me know, and I would do that for you guys. And I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.